Hi ARK fans, welcome to ARK Invest Daily, your daily dose of ARK information. Today is Sunday night and we will be doing last week tonight episode. And we will be covering Friday trades as well because Friday's data is uploaded on Sunday night these days. And I'll do a separate episode to take you through how ARK has been uploading data and what's the new pattern. But for now, these are the two highlights from Friday data, but we'll be covering entire week as well. NanoDimension added to print ETF. Can you believe it? This is a 3D company which was never in the print ETF. It was always in the next generation web. It was in robotics and autonomous and Israel ETF, those three. On Friday, they added to print and they purchased 2 million shares. I think NanoDimension is ready to take off. I'm very bullish on it as well. And a new company added in ARKG, completely new. So stay with me to find out which one it is. And we will also be summarizing the whole week as well on the other side. I'll see you. Please like and subscribe and support this new channel. Hi guys, welcome back. In ARK summary section, we keep an eye on high-level numbers like market value and total number of companies they're diversified in. I've reduced the date range to just past week, and hence because it's a last week tonight episode. So if you see, they started the week with 49.9 billion and ending the week in 51 billion. This is a little bit up, relatively speaking. It's 1.1 billion up, rounded up value, obviously, and which is like 2% up. And anything positive is great, guys. Given the history of February and March, I would say this is great. At least it's positive. We had a couple of spikes in between, actually. So it's okay. I'd say it's still up. Great. In terms of companies that they're diversified in, they reduced some companies and added some. And on Friday, they added one as well, which is in genomics sector. So we'll go over that in new companies section in a bit. But yeah, there is one new company added. So we'll do that. In terms of overall pie chart of all these 8 ETFs, nothing really changed much there. ARKK being the biggest one, genomics second biggest, then this next generation web followed by fintech, robotics, and ARKX, which is space exploration, which is 1.4 now. So it did change a little bit. It was 1.3 on Thursday, and Friday it changed up to and went up to 1.4. So this is great. It's bigger than Israel and print. In terms of total number of companies, they are diversified in 270 companies. Top 5 remain the same, hardly any movement there. We know that they sold Tesla a little bit, relatively bigger position, higher number of shares than they have been selling in past. They have only been adding and adding, but they sold a little bit to buy Coinbase. So that's interesting. A lot of people have their theories about it, but they just trimmed, I would say, Tesla. It's not that they sold a big position. They just trimmed it, 3-point-something% shares and bought a lot of Coinbase. News about NanoDimension is that it's added to print ETF. It was never in print ETF before. So here, they added 2 million shares to print ETF. So if you see the bar chart on top, you'll see how it is present in 4 ETFs now: print, Israel, W, and Q. It was never in print, which was always surprising to me. Now, since it's in print, that means it's also present in ARKX, which is space exploration, because space exploration ETF has print ETF as an investment in there in the portfolio. So yeah, NanoDimension became part of print and ARKX today. So that is great. I'm going to change the headline in my banner, the first banner, and add print and ARKX there. So this is great. So now, yeah, as you can see, they bought a lot of shares and market price slightly ticking upwards. Actually, if you look Monday to Friday, it's same, $7.30, $7 ending in $7.30. So hardly any change there. Market value has gone up because they bought more shares there. All right, so let's go over the biggest moves. I have a threshold of 25% for last week. Any company in which they added more than 25% or reduced by more than 25% will show up here. NanoX Imaging, it also popped up in middle of the week. 80% extra shares added, almost 74,000 shares. Ceragon Network, 44% extra share, almost 500,000 shares there. JFrog, 29%. And as I'm hovering over these, you can see more information popping up on the charts on the side. Reinvent Technology Class A, 28% extra shares. ARKX, it was added in ARKX, so that's great. Prognosis, Canada Inc., negative. InMode, negative. Camtech, negative. Taiwan Semiconductors, negative. So Taiwan Semiconductors, they have been reducing since ever, but yeah. So those are the company's biggest moves for last week by percentage of shares. And these moves made this much change in the bottom line. So, and this is their ranking in their overall portfolio. So a lot of investment in low ranking, well, I don't know whether a lot of investment, but a lot of shares movement in tail end of their portfolio, looks like. A lot of shares added, but not a lot of value though. So it's like under 10 million. There's hardly, actually under 5 million. There was hardly any big movement in the bottom line here because of these additions. Only negative one is the Taiwan, which is 7.3 million. But other than that, everything is under 5 million. And we also look at biggest move by dollars. So I have a threshold of $100,000. So we'll take a look which companies made more than $100,000 difference to the ETF, or negative, more than negative 100,000. So Coinbase is the new company that they invested in. They added it to 3 funds. They sold they trimmed, I would say, some of Tesla shares to invest in this. So that's how it's looking right now. Present in 3 ETFs and 3 data points because it was in the middle of the week when it IPO'd. So that's Coinbase. Teladoc Health is positive because they bought a lot of share and the stock price also went up. Only on the last day it went slightly down. Too Simple, which is autonomous trucking company that they added to their portfolio last week too. Stock price kind of remaining the same. It's probably in the second place of decimal where it's a little bit different, and hence it's showing a data point downward, but hardly any change there. Exact Sciences going up, stock price. Unity Software, again stock price going up, except on Friday it's a little bit low. Square Inc., stock price going down compared to beginning of the week, and hence it's negative. So those are the biggest move by dollars. Let's see how the week looked compared to I mean the overall chart, heat chart looked. So yeah, I selected 13 Tuesday because obviously, as you know by now, I don't know whether you know or not, but they upload their data a little bit late. As the day changes, they upload the previous day's data. Day changes on East Coast, and here it's 9 p.m. So that's when I do the video. So this is how it looks. Tesla slightly on the red side because they trimmed some position, not because the stock price went down. Stock price went up actually. Square taking the most of the hit. So a mixed bag, guys. Which one is this? Dark red. Oh, Coinbase, because they started a new one. Well, so that's biggest moves. Let's go over the new and removed companies last week. So these are the new companies. Too Simple Holdings is autonomous trucking company based out of California, added to 2 funds. Recursion Pharmaceuticals is the one that was completely newly added to ARK Genomics on Friday, and we got the data today. So this is the new company. RX is the ticker symbol. NanoDimension, again, as I said, is added to print. It was never in print. Because it's in print, it's by default present in ARKX also, because print ETF is part of ARKX ETF. So it's present in the space fund also. Coinbase, as you know, IPO'd last week, added to 3 ETFs. So those are the new companies. And these are the companies removed last week, guys. Lightspeed POS, Verisk Analytics, Splunk, Atlassian, and BioND Vax Pharmaceuticals. So that's new and removed companies. So that's it, guys. Please like and subscribe and support this new channel. That was your daily dose, and I'll see you tomorrow.